Welcome everybody to Maths by Mars, and in today's lesson we're going to be covering the product rule. So what exactly is the product rule? Let's say, for example, you have a function f of x which is made up of two functions multiplied by each other. So we'll have u of x multiplied by v of x. In this case, f prime of x, the derivative of f of x, would be equal to u prime of x multiplied by v of x plus, as you recall in the quotient rule it's a negative, but in the product rule it's going to be a plus u of x multiplied by, no, I'm not going to put the dot down, okay, v prime of x. So let's solve a couple quick examples so we can get the topic down. Example 1, y is equal to x multiplied by x squared. I'll take u as x and v as x squared. V prime is equal to 2x and u prime is equal to 1. Let's sub those in. Y prime is equal to 1 multiplied by x squared plus x multiplied by 2x. And let's simplify. We get x squared plus 2x squared, which is simply 3x squared. On to example number 2. We have y is equal to x sine x. Find y prime. We're going to take x as u and sine x as v. V prime would be cosine x and u prime would be 1. So y prime would equal to, again, u prime 1 multiplied by v, which is sine x, plus u, which is x, multiplied by v prime, which is cosine x. Now we simplify. We have sine x plus x cosine x. That's our final answer. Now, on to our third example of y is equal to x times e to the power of x. Again, same exact thing. U is equal to x. U prime is equal to 1. U is equal to v. My apologies. Equal to e to the x. And as you guys recall, the derivative of e to the x is simply e to the x. There's no change. Let's write down our final answer. Y prime is equal to u prime, which is 1, multiplied by v, e to the x, plus u, which is x, multiplied by v prime, which is also e to the x. And we get e to the x plus x e to the x. Let's factor out the e to the x. We simply get e to the x multiplied by 1 plus x. That's our final answer. Now, our last example for the lesson. Let me just find it. There we go. I have all the questions written down on paper. X squared plus 1 times e to 3x. Okay, this is the hardest example of the lesson. So we take x squared plus 1 as u, and e to the 3x is v. U prime would simply be 2x. You guys remember, what happens when you want to find the derivative of an exponential in which the x has a coefficient. V prime would be, bring down the power, 3e, and the power stays the same, 3e to the 3x, okay? Let's write down our final answer. Y prime is equal to u prime, 2x, multiplied by v, which is e to the 3x, plus u, which is x squared plus 1, multiplied by v prime, which is 3e to the 3x. Simplify. We got 2x e to the 3x plus x squared 3 e to the 3x. Let me draw arrows so we don't get confused. Plus 3e to the 3x. Okay. Actually, no. I'm going to put the 3 in front. Now, we factor out e to 3x. Do that. Got 2x plus 3x squared plus 3. And that's our final answer.